Thanks so much for everybody showing up. I don't intend on this being a long deal, but there's a lot of things that we need to kick off for the 2016 season, which of course splits our actual budget. And we're one of those people that start on January the 1st, but our budget doesn't start until July the 1st. So that makes some things a little complicated. But I want to thank everybody for being here. We've got Blue Ribbon Committee members here for the first time. We're fixing to crank the Blue Ribbon Committee up here pretty soon. They're going to work with us as we move forward to try to plan for the future of Camp Jordan. I want to thank especially all the folks that own hotels and work at hotels and restaurants. And y'all have been so supportive of everything we've done. Dr. Legg, who has done many economic impact studies across the South, including the one down in Buena Vista, Florida, which you might know as ESPN World of Sports that they have down there. He's done a lot of this. He told us one day he could tell you exactly what would come in from a Bass Pro Shop. When he was in Atlanta, when he was a professor there at Georgia State University, he did a lot of these studies there. He actually went out and videoed all the stores and all the malls and had them on record to tell them exactly what you could move forward with if you had certain businesses in that mall. So we're excited about that. Let me tell you a little bit about the economic impact study. They've reached out to a lot of folks. Kim's been our quarterback the whole way through. Kim Gann is, I throw a whole lot on her, and I'm hard to work with, and she does an excellent job, and we appreciate what she does for us on that. And I tell her all the time, you're the quarterback, make sure the right person's got the ball. Then it's up to them to run the ball. And she wasn't even in here to hear us talking about it. Maybe she's got her video turned on. She can watch it later on when she downloads it. She does a very nice job for us. Not very popular this week in East Ridge because she graduated from Notre Dame, as well as her daughter, but that's okay. We still love her. Kim and Barry and I all grew up in Mountain View. I was kidding Barry a while ago. I always tell everybody he was riding his three-wheeler, and I was driving the car trying to dodge him and Lindsey Young, who also writes for the newspaper. It was a talented street. Wendell Cooley, who was a fantastic artist, lived on that street. I was probably the least talented in the bunch. But it's a special day for us to get this together and get kicked off. And we're going to present the economic impact study, Kim, sometime in January. Is that correct?
Probably the last
Dr. Legg is finishing up on that now. We've already learned a whole lot about us during this study. And rather than tell you a whole lot more about that and do the announcement, I'm going to call on my buddy Tim Morgan with the Sports Committee, who was scheduled to speak here 2 years ago and was scheduled to speak here last year. And this year I didn't tell him he was going to speak because I knew he wouldn't show up then either. So this is the first time I've gotten to show up by not telling him he's going to speak. But he's with the Sports Committee. He knows more about what we do than anybody. So Tim,
talk about being prepared.
thanks, sir.
I really don't know what you want me to talk about.
I want you to talk about all our sports we do out here.
Other than the fact that Camp Jordan is a community asset, that we're trying on a regular basis to work with Stone and the event rights owners to make sure that we're placing the business in the time of year when we all need the business. We exist to maximize sports tourism in Hamilton County, not one particular community, Hamilton County in general. And we're primarily funded by the occupancy tax that comes in to Hamilton County. And that gives us the resources to work with these event organizers to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to position the business to be successful. And if the business isn't successful, well, it's our job to understand what business is good and what business is bad, and then work with our local venues to make sure that we're making the right business decisions, which are ultimately going to impact everybody around those areas, all the restaurants, all the retail, all the business, everybody else. If we're not in the game of of hosting tournaments just to host tournaments. We're in the game of hosting tournaments to have an economic impact on the community and a social impact on the community. So that's where this strategic relationship makes perfect sense. So I don't know what else you really want me to say, having, not telling me I was going to have to.
Well, but the last 2 times I asked you to speak, you didn't show up, so I thought.
Oh, I'm not even going to say anything.
We really appreciate, when we do our bookings for the year, one thing that we do for those bookings is we talk to the sports committee, we talk to downtown. There's a lot of things we share, a lot of tournaments that we share, which benefit not just us, but the whole area. I know somebody was saying, well, what if they don't stay in East Ridge? Well, it could be like it was a few weeks ago, where we had the head of the hooch, and it was being held down on the river, but I talked to 3 or 4 different hotels here in East Ridge that were slammed from the head of the hooch. So anything we do, a lot of it goes other places besides just here, and then vice versa. So we all work together within the region. Let me talk a little bit about my staff, and then we'll go on to this, because as y'all know, most of you know that I'm just an old coach that loves sports and loves people and loves activities. And I always want to have the biggest dog and pony show that we can put together. And that's kind of how I got here. The good Lord brought me here, and I'm tickled about this, and I love East Ridge. And when I was in high school, it was special if you came to East Ridge and got to eat at the McDonald's down here, because there wasn't McDonald's anywhere else. And that was, it was special to come to Loveland's, because there was a Loveland's over here, and that was big. So East Ridge also had the prettiest blonde-haired girls with bangs that you've ever seen in your life. And so when the Rossville girls ran us off, we went over to East Ridge and started telling lies over here. But East Ridge is special to me. I've enjoyed being here. When I got here, imagine Nick Saban, and by the way, I didn't tell him that you were an Alabama graduate, Ken. But imagine Nick Saban going somewhere to coach and not being able to take any of his coaches. Imagine Nick Saban going in, and he was supposed to run the show, and none of his folks were there that he had worked with in the past. Well, that kind of scared me when I came out, because that's what we walked into. We walked into, I'm the coach, and all of my assistants that are working on the team with me to be successful. I was a new guy in town, but it was a total blessed situation. We have had some of the best council members in council since I've been here. They have supported everything we've done. In the time that we've been here, the only thing we've ever turned down is one time we turned down a sign out at the park. And if you go out there and look, the next meeting they turned it around and put a sign out there that's been very beneficial to us. I can't ask for a better situation than I've had with the council. I've had 5 different city managers, but that doesn't make any difference if you've got a good team of the city council. And these guys, and I'm sincere about this, they have supported us in everything we've done. If they got on to us in questions from time to time, yeah, that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. But when the day is over, we've all been on the same page and we're in the same direction. Our staff at Camp Jordan is asked to be the most hospitable group of people that you can be. When they leave Camp Jordan, we want them to know that we have treated them right. We have a lot of different folks come in there. You might have the coin show one week and the gun show the next, and if you think those folks aren't different, you come there and hang out with them. And then the next week you might have the master gardeners down there, and then the next week you've got a ball tournament, or you've got the homeschool folks coming in selling books. So every week is a little bit different. We learn to know how the people are, but nobody, and I think Tim will tell you this from the surveys they have filled out, nobody treats their people in this area any better than we treat our people. Bill Owens and the staff and Shauna does such a tremendous job. She comes out and does a lot of things. Kim, all the guys, and just real quickly, a weekend sometimes starts like this. That they work to get the fields ready, and then all of a sudden we have rain, and next thing you know, they're there to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and oh, by the way, they've got to be back the next morning at 6. Shawnee's got the lights turned on for them, and they show up at 6 and get everything ready for a 9 o'clock game, and then about 2 o'clock we get rain again, and we're back working, and we're back going all weekend just like that. Our guys don't gripe, they don't bellyache, they do what they're asked to do. They want people to realize that this is the place they want to come. I mentioned the council, let me mention the council one more time. Here recently, we asked them to upgrade our restrooms. That seems to be what has been on most of the surveys and the complaints. We're now working to upgrade the restrooms. Bill and Byron and the whole crew are working on that. I think that'll make things much better. In the future, we hope to upgrade our fencing. And we have done some of that. And if you ride by the park, by the fact that we had to put up 2 fences, and Denny was there when the TML lady told us we had to put up 2 more fences. It really looks good with the black fences down on fields 1 and fields 2. And our fields, our guys do a good job on them. There are not fields. Y'all go out and repeat what I said, I don't care. Warner Park, Summit, nowhere in this town has as good a playing surfaces as Camp Jordan Park. They do it right. We spend the money on overseeding, they do a tremendous job. But I love our crew, it's a family. And since they couldn't come down here this morning because they're putting up the soccer walls and have been since Saturday night for our biggest thing we do all year, we've already got, Kim, how many we have now signed up? Is Kim in here?
No, she's out. I'll get her.
That's all right. I think we got over 1,300 already, and we're not through signed up. So we're going over 1,500 probably kids this year, and that's not to count how many adults will be out there playing. Every time I mention a Kim, they're out of the room. Kim, how many we got signed up now?
Over 1,000. We've got 144 teams.
I thought we had over 12 or 1,300. We got 144 teams.
Yeah, a lot.
I don't want to stretch it. But thank you for what you do. She'll be helping us run our soccer. We brought her in, and she's played college lacrosse and college soccer, and I saw her punt a football yesterday, and she almost hit the top of the arena. So she got pretty strong legs, so she can run from us if she needs to be. With all that being said, I want to talk about some more improvements. Some of y'all might have picked it up. Hopefully, we can get the grounds fixed back. And last year has been tough on all of us out there, especially our crew, of all the different things we've had to do to try to mix things around and make things work. But the Camp Jordan Pavilion, we have the block up, the fireplace, the barbecue pit, and hopefully soon we can get this finished. I sure hope we get this by the spring. My dream would be to have this pavilion done by the spring, and my dream would be for us to get all that red clay grass put on that and kind of level back and make the park look kind of like it used to. But nobody has a problem with us having to adjust to everything that we have to adjust to, because this is a great time in the city of East Ridge. And again, going back to the council and the folks here that have worked and the staffs that have helped to make this work with this Bass Pro and the whole development out there, it's just been a tremendous situation for us. And I look for the city of East Ridge just to explode if it's not already doing so. And there's a lot of things that it's good that we're having to deal with, because we could be sitting out there on our hands, but it's really been great. With all that being said, I'm going to run down this real quick. Most of you have picked up a copy of it. Right now we got our Christmas nights and lights going on. It's going well. Contrary to what some of the news media have put out, so far it hasn't been a backup, a cluster, or whatever you want to call it, over on Frawley Road. I think, Mayor, I've been down that road 2 or 3 times at night, and I haven't seen a problem.
Had 0 problems. Absolutely none. And you can barely tell if the traffic's even picked up, really.
Yeah,
I mean, it's always a busy road, but it's.
I've been the same way, and we're over well over 1,000 cars already. So, and I'm like you, I was down there on Saturday night, and I was down there on Sunday night, and I went in, I went out, and it was nothing like the the time that we had the Easter egg hunt and had over 10,000 people there, and I thought I was in a NASCAR race because it took 30 minutes to get from my office to the main road that going down Frawley. I could have swore I was going to end up at Talladega when I got through. But,
And one thing about it, if anybody's going down Frawley Road, you come to me, I use directions where the mayor lives, you stop right in the station.
Hit a Channel 3 reporter blocked me in my driveway as I was trying to get to the parade. And we were almost late for the parade because of the reporter who did that story.
But anyway, you've got this in front of you. The only thing we've had another World Series this year that, and this is pretty exciting. We had a lady call us from Tullahoma who runs a fast pitch softball organization, and she called Ted Bowles with the city of Chattanooga, and Ted said, we can't give you that date, call Stump, and we were able to get the date, and it's the first week of July. And you would not believe how excited she is to come to East Ridge, to come to this area. In fact, she doesn't even have any teams in her organization playing out of Chattanooga. I think she'll pick some up this year. But anyway, they're coming down. She's already planning to go to Lake Winnipesaukee to kick things off and trying to get a special deal to go down to the IMAX and down to the aquarium, and then trying to get all the motels and hotels situated for right here in East Ridge. So we're real excited about that. She's expecting 80 to 100 teams to show up for that. But most everything's the same. We got 4 big soccer tournaments. We have 4 showcase softball to bring in anywhere from 140 to 200 teams. Tim told me the other day that next year we'll be bringing the ASA, what age group?
14U championships.
14U, which will be a big one because the 14s really still draw. When they get up 17, 18, they're not as big, but 14s, mom and dad are still traveling with and spending all the money, and that'll be in 2017. I won't stand up here any longer because I want to make sure that each one of you folks get a chance to stand up, tell who you are, where you're from, and what you have to do with while you're here, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But it's going to be a busy year. We believe that this year that we'll finish up is the biggest year that we've ever had. And I think the survey will show that, and I'm looking forward to that. We've got some real exciting numbers from that. I wish the Wood brothers and Mr. Healy had been able to be here. I kid them all the time because I'll ask them. They tell me, and they've done it numerous times, that one of the biggest reasons that Bass Pro came here was because of the park. But every time I ask them to put it down on paper, they just kind of laugh. So I was hoping they'd be here so I could say this in front of them. Because I told them, I said, I'm going to keep telling everybody that's what you're saying. Well, it's okay if you say it, we just want to sign it. So I guess if, I believe it to be true. I think that it nothing to do with Stump Martin, that park was there. But I think being on I-75 exit 1, and ever since we've been here, that's the thing we've preached. We're I-75 exit 1, you do not need a GPS to find us. Now, you might need GPS to find this place as well. I have one person that knows. Their GPS will take them along the top. But you don't need a GPS to find it. Let's start at the very back, and each one of you stand up and tell who you are, why you're here, and we'll go from there.
Dennis Patel, Intelligence with East Ridge.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's also great, East Ridge, and trying to find out what's going on next year, but Camp Jordan Park.
Thank you.
My name is Bill Brenneman. I represent the Holiday Inn Express, the Best Western Plus, and the Motel 6, and I'm here out of business curiosity. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
I'm Larry Sewell, one of the council members of the city of East Ridge, been on 10 years. Here to support the businesses in East Ridge and the city. Make a lot of things are happening that's going to help all the businesses in our city. The Bass Pro and all this stuff, we've got some more, I think they've got some more announcements to make here in a couple of weeks that will be good for everybody. Thank you for having me.
I'm Don Heskey, I'm here because you invited me.
Don is a former mayor of East Ridge, He was on the original committee. He was one of the first soccer coaches here. He was one of the folks that helped start Camp Jordan as far as the ball fields, and he's a member of our Blue Ribbon Committee.
I'm Donna Cagle, Jackie Cagle's wife, councilman.
Sure can.
Thanks.
Jenny Manning on County Perry Street, going on 11 years here, and enjoyed it every time. And one thing I like about our council, serving each one of them, mayor and all of them. Sometimes we may have disagreements, but when we step off the podium, disagreements over with, we go back to our normal life. I appreciate all of them, appreciate everybody here, and so God bless all of you.
Hey there, my name is Amanda Smith. I represent Funtime Foods. We currently hold the contract for Camp Jordan concessions, and we're looking forward to 2016.
I'm Jackie Cagle, and I'm the baby councilman. And I'm here to eat stunts, sausage and bacon.
I'm Tanya Vess. I'm with the Fairfield Inn Suites here in Eastridge.
I'm Kim Rogers. I work for Scott Martin Parks and Rec, and I'm here for the free breakfast.
Jake Denny, Superintendent Suites.
Miller with Camping World. We're here because we see some opportunities that we'd like to share with y'all, especially with the councilman, stunt, some of these things, an opportunity that we see. Chattanooga is a destination city. Camp Jordan is a jewel in Chattanooga, absolute jewel. We've used this facility for years. The stunt team be out there driving little motor homes around. But we've used the facility. We got some ideas we'd like to share, so when we get a chance to do that, we'd like to do that.
We'll do that before we leave.
Maggie as well. I'm internet sales manager for Camping World, and I'm just his co-pilot this morning.
Tim Morgan, I'm with the sports committee, and I'm here to speak, even though I didn't know I was speaking.
I'm Fred Weekman, I'm with Playcore here in town. We're looking forward to meeting the council members. We're a local recreation company. We're actually a global company. We're the largest provider of recreation equipment in North America. Specifically, I head up marketing and product development for Game Time, which is the playground manufacturer. We got a chance to work with Stump out at Camp Jordan, so if you haven't been out there looking at the playground, that's kind of the stuff that we do. I actually am a resident here in Eastridge as well, so I'm very invested in Eastridge as well. So thanks for having me on.
Let me say this, Tim Morgan and Fred both are also members of the Blue Ribbon Committee.
I'm Adley DeLay. I'm with Zaxby's, which will be going the new Bass Pro here shortly. But I wanted to come and meet everybody and kind of see what's going on, what we can get involved with, and go ahead and start getting excited.
I'd like to have my boneless wings.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm Allison Darris. I'm also with Zaxby's. I do more catering, so I'm in charge of getting our chicken outside of the restaurant's walls. We do have a location that will be opening this year in Eastridge, but I do have a couple of locations around the area that I could bring chicken to you, so call me.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
any kin to the Darris that shredded Eastridge last Friday night?
That's my ex-husband's family.
Okay.
My name is Todd Agnew, and I came at Stump's invitation to participate in the Blue Ribbon Committee.
Todd is a valuable member of this. Nobody's put on any larger dog and pony shows than Todd. And Todd and I even work together on the preseason football jamboree that you see at Finley Stadium every year. And he'll add to this, and he also works for First Things First, and it's good to have good people involved, and those people do a great job.
I'm Brent Lambert, Mayor of Eastridge, and we're very, very proud of our Parks and Recreation Department.
Thanks, sir.
I just go after the mayor. That's awesome. My name is Urban Smith. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Hampton Inn on Chalford Road. So I put heads in bed, and you guys help me do that.
My name is Jake Patterson. I'm the general manager of Hampton Inn Chocolate Road. Here for, actually, Urban invited me this morning, so I greatly appreciate it there. I had to prove I was going to work today. He had to go somewhere actually here today, so I believe you now. So just here for meet and greet, see what we got going on in 2016.
Rebecca Stiles, Vision Hospitality Group. I specifically represent Hampton Inn and Suites, Hamilton Place, Hilton Garden Inn, Hamilton Place, as well as Holiday Inn, and just here to support our neighbors. Glad to be here.
She's that famous girl that used to be on TV.
Hi, I'm Heather Watt. I represent the Comfort Inn. We're just here to support Kent Jordan, and Kent Jordan are our biggest revenue pusher in this area. Excuse me. So thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
I'm Barry Porter. I'm here because I've known him since 1968, and it's just easier to come when he says come. And I think I'm here because I had a son play baseball at Kent Jordan and a daughter play soccer there, so we're part of the committee. So glad to be here.
Yeah, he's on the Blue Ribbon Committee. Let me say this also, and you hear me say Mayor all the time, and all the council members talking about me getting in touch with Barry Porter with the Times Free Press. He's the entertainment editor down there. You know, he knows all the big stars by their first name, and he's been on the committee for Riverbend for 28 years.
No, I wasn't on. I'm not on that anymore. But
How long were you on there doing the run?
8.
And let me say this. He's been to Bonnaroo, and I guess he'd go this year. He covers Bonnaroo every year for the paper, but Barry's good folks. And if you can put up with me coaching your son for 5 years, you've got to.
My name is Brian Coleman. I'm with the stunt told me just had to be here this morning for the Blue Ribbon Committee. So, like Barry said, it's better to come than to call upon.
His son, B.J. Coleman, played baseball for me for 5 years, and him and Carson Porter. And I don't think I had nobody on the team that I was kin to. Barry called me up one day at the newspaper and asked me what it would take for me to coach their team, and I told him a trailer that we could pull everything and $10,000 and a bank account. It was something else, and I'll be darned, but next day, him and BC didn't show up with the money, and I had to coach him for 5 years. But it was probably the best 5 years of my life. We had a blast. The only place we went we should never gone back to was Steubenville, Ohio. And we were leaving, and Debbie looked at me and she said, Marvin said, if we lived up here, I think I'd just be a drunk. And about that time, we drove by a statue of Dean Martin. He's from Steubenville, Ohio. that worked. But what you don't know about BC, the main reason I've got him and Barry on this committee, is they help really create select baseball at Camp Jordan. All those wooden mounds that were down there, that man made. We had a tournament down there when we were coaching. Had went over 100 teams come in baseball. The folks worked with us at USSSA. These two, and especially BC, are the ones that kind of got that kind of tournament baseball coming in down there, and I knew they'd be valuable.
I'm Glenn Meadows. I'm with Wally's Restaurant, and we love to see soccer uniforms, baseball uniforms, and softball uniforms at Wally's.
Glenn's also on the Blue Ribbon Committee. His daughter headed to Lee College to play softball next year. She's a very talented softball player, and she's played big-time select softball. And like Glenn and myself and some of the other folks here today, he's traveled all over the United States with his daughter, and he's spent enough money to pay for her college education, as we all have. And that's where our economic impact comes from. I mean, I never will forget that I would work all year to get to time for school ball, and then Misty played in North Georgia, and they were the only fast pitch team up in this area, and we had to go to Atlanta. And just about time I'd get my credit card paid off in August, and we started again, and then I don't know what I ever did for Christmas, but we didn't worry about it because we had such a good time. But that's what brings folks in.
My name's Hunter Hughes. My wife Mary and I own several of the Great Clips hair salons around Chattanooga. We're looking forward to opening a salon out in the new development there at Bass Pro Shops. I've got a lot of family that lives in East Ridge, so we're really looking forward to the opportunities in East Ridge.
Hunter's also on the Blue Ribbon Committee. He's coached football and baseball and everything out here at East Ridge. His son now plays, Wyatt plays baseball for me. This will be his first year playing for me baseball. He played football with me before, and they're a good family, and Mary does a great job of holding it all together.
I'm Robert Stahl with Southern Community Bank, and a lifelong resident of East Ridge, coached a lot of teams here and been active in the community and look forward to continuing that.
Robert Stahl, also one of our members of our Blue Ribbon Committee, and I've known Robert for years and years, and he's good folks. And coming from me, when I say you're good folks, that's from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate him being a member of this.
I'm Chris Elton. I'm the judge here in East Ridge, but also a lifelong resident of East Ridge. I've played ball at Camp Jordan, coached ball at Camp Jordan, watched grandkids play indoor and outdoor soccer. So I worked concession stands, and even when I was in high school, I lined fields for the city of East Ridge.
He's a good guy, and he's got one of the best wives that you would ever see, and Esther does a tremendous job of promoting stuff. She did a great job at East Ridge High School and all the stuff she did this year. I just want to make sure that she's committed for that. I need her on my committee. We need to add her.
The only reason he wants to add her is so she'll bring food.
Amen.
I'm Mark Brackett. I'm the vice mayor of East Ridge and also a member of the Tennessee State House of Representatives. And Camp Jordan is one of the major economic driving factors for our city. And we appreciate everything that all the employees do out there. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm Pat Snowden, the senior coordinator here at the gym. Through Steps Vision, we have grown to one of the biggest groups in Chattanooga, and we're trying to reach out to be larger. We have exercise classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we have 150 seniors that have registered just this year. So we have a regular 40, 45. So if you know seniors in the area, send them to us. We'll be able to show them.
Patty's done a tremendous job with our seniors. I knew she would. And we'll continue to grow whatever we need to do. And everybody loves Patty. I'm sorry, Patty. She'll always be Patty to me.
I'm Franklin O'Neill. I'm the manager of Tennessee Welcome Center. I look forward to working with you folks, doing anything we can to promote Tennessee and East Ridge, okay?
Thank you so much. Mayor, you got anything you'd like to say?
Just appreciate everyone being here today.
That's my little buddy. You got anything you want to say here?
I'd love to say something. I'm Mike Williams. I'm the fire chief. I'm the interim city manager right now. Me and Stump do go way back. But I'm here today because, one, I care. I care about the city and I care about the community. Okay? Two, because Stump didn't invite me. I do care. I have coached. I've coached at Camp Jordan. I've got two beautiful children that come through there. Coached when I didn't have kids, both at Camp Jordan baseball, Little League football. I coached middle school football, middle school baseball. So I've been around the community for 27, almost 28 years out here. As soon as I got married, we moved here. From East Lake. I'm no East Lake boy, so anybody tells you that you can't make it if you're from East Lake, they're wrong. Okay? It's a prime example. But I really appreciate everybody coming out today. Thank you very much.
Talk about your native child going on.
I appreciate it.
Don't get done by Christmas time.
Mike and I work very well together. I like to wrestle with Mike, but you know, I'm also nice enough that I'll hook Santa's belt up for him too. That's my main thing I do every day at Camp Jordan. About 6 o'clock, I have to help Santa get his belt on out there. Thank you folks so much for attending. Council members, mayor, do not let Barry Corder get out of here. You're talking about that 95-year anniversary. Make sure you get to Barry before he leaves. See if we can lock him down on something. We are trying to bring in 38 special. We just got to get a budget on that. Thank y'all for everything. If you have any questions, I got one guy just came in there. Come on, stand up and tell us who you are.
I'm Ed Owens. I'm from Quiznos and the Matco. And come down and see if we do any catering or anything for y'all. Just let us know. We'll be glad to help you out.
You guys get busy on Saturdays and Sundays over there when ball tournaments go on.
Yes,
I've been over there eating my favorite sandwich. You couldn't get it.
I'm new manager there, so we'll see.
Thank you. We'll work with you any way possible. Kim, you got anything on this, Patty?
No one said anything about the entertainment that's been brought to Camp Jordan through the Stokes this year, but I've had a lot of people talk about the entertainment there, and I'm the dance chairman, so I always enjoy the dances and entertainment at Camp
So we've got her pictures all over the internet. Anything else? Thank you folks so much for being here. If you don't mind, I'd like to close in prayer. Mayor never asked me to pray, so this is my opportunity. So I'm praying. Most gracious Heavenly Father, bless us, guide us, direct us. God, thank you so much for each and every person that's here in this room. God, thank you for our council. Thank you for the way they care. Thank you for Mike and his leadership. Thank you for all the folks that work together on our team at Camp Jordan and all these businesses and all these people here with us today. God, bless us during the upcoming holiday season. Help us to reach out to others. Those who are not as fortunate as us, and do something good for them. And God, we thank you for each and every day blessing our crew and Camp Jordan and all of East Ridge Parks and Rec and the blessings you brought our way. And for Jesus' name we pray, amen. Amen.
No, I don't, but I'll get you one.